Yo, yo, what's going on? Why do I even ask that question as if you can respond? I guess I'm just being nice. So, today, the shit show tried to rear its ugly head once again. However, we beat it back. And in that classic tradition, we soldiered on. We persevered, and it is business as usual today, discussing all the sports, and you can expect a little bit of nonsense from yours truly, and as always, double. And Meech peppers in there a little bit with some flavor. And yeah, so let's get to actually, before we get to the show, let's give a quick shout out to the patron saint of Stone Sports, the METHOD man, Method Man himself. Happy birthday. As if I know you. I don't, but as Ollie G would say, big up yourself, hold tight. Let's start the show. Chubbs is the man. You gonna give that shit up? Take two of these and call me in the morning. All right, welcome to this episode of Stone Sports. I am your host, Bert. With me, as always, I have my co-host, Dubs. Say what up, Dubs.
What the fuck is up?
And Meech. What up, Meech?
Prince Bootsy. That's my goddamn intro, Meech. It's the wrong day.
I was so hoping that you would do that again, dude. I
could hear it in your voice when you were like, you're like, what are you gonna do here, bud?
Okay.
You pulled out the weird one last week. You're like, how are you?
Yeah, it was very
whatever the fuck it
NPR of you.
Hello, I am international sales businessman.
Sales businessman.
Here to tell you about the top 10 stocks of 2021.
That's
what you're pulling out.
Yeah, what was the name of that show of the guy who would smash stuff when he talked about the stock market? Do you remember that show? Was it called Mad Money?
It was Kramer. Yeah, he's still on.
Yeah, isn't he? I was gonna say, is that still a thing?
Yeah, I just couldn't remember the name of the show. I think it's called Mad Money or something, right? Yeah.
Jim Cramer, right?
Yeah.
Jim Cramer on Mad Money, yes.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Double, you have some ridiculous news story you want to share with us, as is your wont to do?
Yeah, I have a Florida family. They found a 7-foot alligator in their garage when they went to go leave for work in the morning.
Another reason.
Why you don't live in Florida?
Yep, it's just another reason.
Just another reason.
Can you imagine, though?
No, I know.
Waking up, you make your coffee, you open the door to your garage, you go to start the car, and you're like, oh, that's a fucking dinosaur in my goddamn basement.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine that because that would never fucking happen where I live. It just won't.
Yeah, no, it just, I've said it. I'm not going down this road again. Why do people live there? It'll never make sense to me.
It's just a swamp.
It is. It's just a swamp filled with prehistoric creatures. And I'm not just talking about the animals. I'm talking about some of the people too.
They have nice beaches, though. Florida does have some nice beaches when they're not closed.
Right, but you can visit a beach. You ain't got to live at the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
If you live there, you can go there literally every day.
But then you got to deal with the rest of the bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. At what cost?
I understand
at what cost?
There is at least some part of Florida that's redeemable, but alligator, I feel like Archer feels about alligators, dude. They are the apex predator. Lana.
Apex predator.
I had a memory come up on my Snapchat the other day from when I was visiting Florida. Not living there, visiting like a sane person. But we were kayaking down a river, and a gator was on the fucking side of the river, taking pictures of it, dove into the water, and I took off and I left my mom there.
Just disappeared.
Oh yeah, I've heard that story before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And she went to warn another family coming down, and they're like, is that your boyfriend? And she turned around to see me half a mile down the river. She's like, no, that's my son.
You know what, dude? I'd have done the same shit. Get the fuck out of here. We are not, fuck off. I'm gone.
Yeah, I stayed at a resort, and they had a lake area, and there signs everywhere, do not go swimming in this water. And
Yeah.
so I went, they had like a dock, and I just went out there on the dock, and I was looking around, and it was so creepy because you're like, I know they're out here. Like, you know, they're just chilling out there. And I like couldn't see any of their eyes or anything, but you're just like, I know you.
Yeah, they're out there.
here.
Can you do me a favor, Meech?
Yeah.
Say dock one more time.
Dock. I was on the dock.
Okay, you didn't say it weird that time. But when you were telling the story, you
I
said
heard,
like dock.
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 Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was on the dock,
Dock?
and they were like, don't jump
Sorry.
off the dock into the water.
So I'm watching
Brian
that game.
Dawkins.
Brian
Weapon
Dawkins.
X. I love fucking Brian Dawkins. So I was watching a hockey game, and I spent the hockey game, and I spent like 20 minutes saying Bergeron, and then I was like, I swear to God, they say it both ways. I swear to
No,
God.
No, they
they
don't.
say it the one way anyone has
They
ever
did.
said the fucking name Bergeron.
Yeah,
the
it's-
right way.
It's definitely
Whatever the fuck you pulled out.
Because sometimes they don't pronounce the R on the end of it, like you guys were saying the first time. I was
There's
like,
no
no, it's
R
like
on the end of
Bergeron.
it.
But you guys say it Bergeron, and
Yeah.
that not everyone pronounced it like that. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know.
With an
I'd really
accent,
like
you
to get
pronounce
some
things
clarification on it. Where is he from?
I mean, he's Canadian.
Yeah, but like, I wonder, is he French Canadian? I
His
don't
name
know.
is
I don't.
Bergeron.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have
Dude,
much of an
hold
accent,
on.
though.
I mean, my fucking mom's name is fucking Pastori. She's from fucking Richmond.
Pastori.
Yeah, it's a
that's
Italian
because
name.
that's where the mob went to get away from their problems. in New York. That totally makes sense. What are you talking about?
Maybe you're right. Touche. Fair enough.
Maybe.
Okay,
That's
Meech.
for sure
Meech, okay.
true.
Okay, Meech.
Brady's about to go on Ancestry.com after this. You have to
Yeah.
spit in a cup, bro.
No, I've already
That
done it. I've
Philadelphia,
already
there
done
seemed
it.
to be
How do you
a
think I
lot of
found out about my
fucking-
fucking great grandfather? I went on
Yeah.
Ancestry.com. Shit's lit. You should do it too.
Absolutely.
Is that how you found out you're related to Big Pussy?
Huh? Oh no, that's just like a known ass thing. Like
I think
in
his
my
uncle
family.
or something. Like, that's like close.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like some distant ass relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Which is crazy, but yeah, also very cool. Let's see. Any other ridiculous news before we get to the baseball?
Nah.
Nah. Okay. Baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
Okay.
AAA games are delayed start of the season. That will be going to a meeting next week, I believe. Figure out basically when and where they can play.
Yeah, same thing happened with hockey with the AHL. It started like mad late.
Yep.
Yeah, so not surprising.
Aaron Boone, manager of the Yankees, took a immediate leave of absence to go get a pacemaker put in. So
Ooh.
hopefully he's all good.
Yeah. Hopefully. Heart stuff ain't no joke.
Absolutely not.
The Yankees manager job is usually a very calm one, I've heard.
It's that's sarcasm. I was like,
Yeah.
I was about to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I realized, oh, he's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
a thing
it's
humans do.
Yeah, it's good that he doesn't have the New York media asking him questions about
Yeah,
Yankees
right.
and Gary
Yeah.
Sanchez.
And it's not even
all
just
that
the
stuff all
media,
day.
dude. It's the fan base too. Like they're fucking
yeah.
brutal, dude.
Yeah, so
Also-
I got 3 trades. I'll call you. Hang up. So we deal them Brett Gardner, and they give us Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr.
Sounds
I'll
pretty
hang
good
up
to
and
me.
listen.
That was really good,
Go
guys.
get a slice.
That was really good. That's really good voice.
Fucking hate Yankees fans. But Hunter Green, top prospect for the Reds, number 1 pick a couple years ago, had his debut in spring training the other day. Birdie's just burping.
I had my mic muted. Nobody could hear it. I had my mic muted. Nobody could hear it. I'm sorry. I had some orange soda to try to get through the day, and it's really whooping my ass.
Fucking
Orange
burp
soda.
Who loves orange soda?
There you go.
Have you seen?
Like,
hold on, I'm sorry, we sidetracked.
This right now, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I was on Reddit or something, and I saw some like thread that was like celebrity encounters, and this one woman talked about how she saw Kel one time at a restaurant and ran up to him and just said to him very loudly, "Who loves orange soda?" And apparently he just turned around at her and was like, "Shut up, you dumb white bitch."
Kel's a savage.
Yeah, it's so
Don't
fucking
roll up
crazy.
on Kel and ask him shit about orange soda. You're gonna get the same fucking treatment.
Oh, it's amazing. Sorry, I got a sidetrack there, but I had to share that because I thought you might like that.
No, that's great.
Good for Kel. I don't even know where I was. Oh yeah, Hunter Green.
Hunter Green.
He came in from spring training for his debut. Faced forget the batter, but spring training, probably won't hear of him again. Threw 102, 103, and 104 on a 3-pitch strikeout. Fucking just throwing straight gas. Also, that makes me think, did you see the video going around from that college baseball game? The dude was like 5'3", and he just threw gas on the last pitch in one game.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, send it to me.
I will. I'll have to tag you in it, Meech. I'll send it to you, Birdie. The kid, like, you see the camera angle and you don't even think anything of it. You're like, oh, this kid's just pitching, last out of the game. Throws it and he runs to go celebrate with his team, and you're like, oh my god, that kid's like 5'3". Like, he was so short compared to everyone else, and I didn't even realize it until he got with his team. But as far
yeah, that's like mad. Nah, dude, but that is short. I mean, come on, like, that's short. 5'3" is short.
I tweeted kids 5'3" throwing fucking smoke, and a couple of his teammates retweeted it, so it's good stuff.
I mean, 5'3" is like shorter than Tom Cruise, dude.
You don't want to be shorter than Tom Cruise.
No, you don't.
Jesus. Good Lord. And Robert Redford, from what I've heard.
Good callback.
Meech has been on the callbacks recently.
Yeah, you guys ask me what to name episodes. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what we talk about. I start getting high and doing the episode for next week, and I start like remembering. I start remembering. The fucking last episode.
It's high recall, dude.
Yeah, apparently.
It's like Beer Fest with the drunk recall.
Oh my god.
Das Boot. Das
I need to
Bomb.
rewatch so many movies right now. I feel like I'm just...
No, you need to watch Goon before you rewatch anything.
I do.
Oh my god. I still can't believe you haven't fucking
watched it. Right?
It was on Netflix forever too.
It fucking still is, dude. It fucking still is.
I don't have Netflix. We have to go.
Somebody send Meech their Netflix.
I'll just give him mine. All right, let's keep it moving.
Say the info.
No.
Do it.
No.
Anyway, last show we were talking about we were heaping praise on Brian Snitker, the Braves skipper. He was praising 22-year-old Ian Anderson, who he gave the start in Game 7 of the NLCS. Says to watch out for him this season, that he's very advanced for his experience. So keep an eye out for Ian Anderson on the way up. And do you guys think Francisco Lindor will sign an extension, or do you think he's going to go into a loaded 2022 free agent clause?
I don't know. I mean, as a Dodger fan, I didn't think Mookie was going to sign the extension. I thought he was going to free agency, and then he signed a 13-year extension. So I have no clue. I would say free agency, but I would have said free agency for Mookie too, and that didn't work. I mean, that didn't happen. Thank God that didn't happen, but that didn't happen. So,
and it could be a thing where maybe they'll see how competitive they are. And like, because I assume the Mets want to get a deal done regardless, but the ball's kind of going to be in Lindor's court there.
That's what I said.
Doing well, and he wants to stay. We might see an extension like mid-season or something.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like a couple months ago when we first talked about it. Like, that is really, I think, contingent upon how well the Mets actually do, because it's really kind of like, is he going to want to stay? You know, and if they don't do well, then I wouldn't blame him for dipping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and he's one of those players that's not going to have trouble commanding money. Like, the top tier players are getting paid right now. He will be just fine.
Yeah, someone will pick him up. It's not going to be a problem.
Nope.
Yeah.
And from what everyone says, he's great off the field as well as on it. So
Yeah, he's great in the clubhouse. He's great off the field. Like, he's just he loves to have fun, engage with fans. Like, he's just an all-around great player. Add that to his stats, and you've got a home run. Just like Mookie, dude. Like, honestly, like, I think of him a lot like that.
And if the Mets can get him to stick around and somebody to build around and attract other free agents to come play there.
For sure.
In the future.
Yeah.
And especially with new ownership, I think the next couple, if Lindor does stick around, I think the Mets are going to be making some big moves the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, I don't want to say a slow process because it doesn't feel like quite the right word, but it's the best word I can come up with. But yeah, it's definitely like that's a
trust the process, baby.
Yeah, right.
You have to essentially prove that you've overhauled the culture of the Mets. I feel like.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like that's kind of like a very key element of that whole. It's like a keystone, a cornerstone. Damn, that's the word. Holy shit! It took me that long to think of the word cornerstone, guys. Fuck! I need a new job.
You have to replace the last fucking like realm of shittiness. You also have to, once you do that, you have to wipe away and like prove that you're not that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's so true.
Put a new sign on the building. Got to prove the building's nice inside. But that's all I got for baseball.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have anything other than the fact that we've seen, so that spring training games have started, and we've seen they're either 5 or 7 innings, but some of the rules are weird.
Bro, we got fucked the other day.
Yeah, like you can pull a pitcher after 20 and like.
We had bases loaded in the 7th, but we were coming back, but we had that stupid mercy rule bullshit.
Okay,
we lost the game.
First of all, calm down. It's fucking spring training.
I know.
Second of all,
no, hold on, dude.
It doesn't matter.
I hear him because I was watching the Mets today, and they lost like I think it was 14-9 to.
No matter what, if you lose on some bullshit, you're gonna be. Well,
we didn't even lose on some bullshit, but like I still found myself like lightly upset about it. Like I was like, and then I had to be like, all right, it's just spring training. It doesn't even matter. But at first, I was like, God damn it, this is bullshit. Fuck you! Like I was so mad for like 30 seconds.
All last season, they didn't have a lot of roster turnover. I don't recognize about half the names I'm seeing on the field right now. So like,
yeah, for sure.
There's so many people that are just new, but there's less than usual. And apparently one of the reasons why those rules were implemented is because they didn't allow as many of the AAAers to go than they usually do. So they're running on less people.
Look at Meech.
Which is actually why I've actually seen a fair amount of stars in the game for a lot longer. I mean, they don't even play half the time in regular spring training.
Yeah, Devers played like the first 3 innings the other day.
Yeah, so I mean, so that would explain that. But even with that, there's so many names. You're just like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah, for sure. All right, so basketball.
Yeah, James Harden returning to Brooklyn tonight, I believe.
Houston?
Yeah, sorry, returning to Houston from Brooklyn. Stone Sports, chalk it up.
Hey, that game was in Houston.
Speaking of, they are planning on retiring his jersey.
Stupid.
Right?
That's amazing. I was literally about to say it. Meech was so fast with it. He was like fucking Django. He was like, pow.
I saw that today, and I thought of Meech just being like, that's fucking stupid. Like, I knew he was going to hate it.
I mean, I kind of hate it too. I think teams get too happy with it. And I think the worst perpetrator of it, honestly, is the Yankees. Like, they're way too, like, retiring number happy.
But seriously, Harden just went out on kind of bad terms. What, a month ago?
Oh, that's kind of bad terms. I think that's like an understatement. Bro.
Bad terms.
Yeah, like wholly and fully.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's one thing. Someone said today he's like one of the top 5 Rockets in the history of the organization. And while that might be true, well, it is true. But while it is true, it was a dumpster fire the way things ended.
Yeah.
Just let it sit for a while if you want to do it. And he's playing. Like, I don't get the whole. I hate the NBA. I
thought about that too. I was like, he's in the fucking league still.
Right.
He's in the league. He's on a rival's team, and he left a fucked up situation which he helped create. Like, and you're going to honor this guy? Like, why do you care? It's like when IT was on the verge of being honored everywhere, and you're just like, why do we care?
No, I agree with you. Like, I couldn't have said it better myself. Way to go, Meech.
Yeah. Anyway, and then I watched some of the. Sorry to rip into your NBA rundown here.
No, go for it, bro.
I watched some of the Suns Lakers
Rather that
game.
than my fucking intro.
So I put money on the Suns, and they won because it was really a depleted team. But that game was so rough to watch, like a foul every play, and like I've been watching a ton of hockey lately, which doesn't stop, and so you're just like, oh my god, there's no rhythm to basketball.
The Suns are sneaky good though.
Suns are sneaky good, and I mean Booker. I had a bet on that game. Booker got
every time
out.
I watch them, I like them more. I'm like, this team.
Yeah, they're good. Plus those sick ass jerseys. How could you not?
It helps.
Love them. But yeah, no. So Booker got thrown out. I stopped watching because I literally was bored. I was like,
Meech, please. He goes by book and book only.
The book. So he got thrown out. And it's funny because I saw why he got thrown out, and the only reason I can think of is he used a go word, as they would have said.
Go word.
I love like a Bull Durham. Like you don't say that. So like there's that photo of him, like not photo. It's a movie. So there's a clip of him.
What are these picture films?
What are these moving pictures? What in Tornation?
But he says motherfucker and it gets him kicked, and he's like, there's some words you can't say to a guy, they'll just go off. That's a go word. He gets ran. So I was like, that must have been what he did, because they said like he got in trouble for bouncing the ball, and I was like, he was basically just giving it to him.
Yeah, I had to have said something.
He had to have said something, dude.
Go words.
Go words.
Nikola Jokic becomes the second center of all time to record 50 triple-doubles. Him and Wilt, the only ones. Jokic is a fucking savage. I'm a big fan of the Nuggets.
Really good.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago. I mean, he looks clumsy as fuck and then so smooth at the same time. And it's like, somebody posted on Twitter the other day, if you could pick any music to play while you're watching Jokic on the court, what would it be? And I said, circus music with a heavy metal death track in the back.
I was thinking the Oompa Loompa, because he has like a long neck and then like those shoulders, and I swear to God, you're just like, this guy's moving so slow, and then like he gets past someone and dunks it, and you're like, what? How? What? Like how did he get past
and then he'll just like spin around two people and throw a hook shot from like 20 feet out and it goes down. You're like, all right.
You're just like,
just
what?
A beast. And then he's got Jamal Murray to shoot to pass out to. Like I love the Nuggets.
Yeah, they need better jerseys though.
Oh, right? They could do so much better shit with their jerseys. They've been garbage for so long.
Yeah, I liked one of their jerseys I saw that I thought was the other one, but other than that, they keep wearing this just like plain white with the red and yellow, and you're just like, these are not attractive, dude.
No.
And their logo is cool looking. You're like, just use the colors from your logo.
Do something. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
The Rising Stars Challenge, they announced their rosters, but they're not playing a game. What's the point?
Well, NBA Top Shot's releasing an exclusive pack, so I mean that could go with it.
That's fucking why. Never mind. You just answered my question.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna make money.
Well, that's and not only that, but everyone likes the recognition. No one wanted to play in an actual All-Star game this year. They just wanted to be named to it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like it's like all rookie. First team all rookie or whatever.
I miss when they did the rookies versus the second year. Now they like mix them all together.
Yeah, they used to do sophomores, yeah.
Yeah, I liked when they did that. 7 out of 456 tests came back positive on the latest round of COVID tests for the NBA. So they're still keeping it pretty low. They said everyone that tested positive has already been like quarantined and traced, and it's all good.
Nice.
Atlanta Hawks fire Lloyd Pierce, and this one seems to have some drama around it. Players basically outed him, it seemed like. He took issue with Trae Young, his shots, his leadership, his play style. Basically, he didn't want Trae Young as the star of the team, and that's the direction the Hawks are going. Trae Young's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
And Lloyd Pierce isn't like a big time coach where it's like, oh, maybe I have to decide over coaching a play. Exactly. Exactly. You're like, oh, wait, he coaches who?
I feel like that headline came out and everyone was like, oh, I guess Lloyd Pierce is the head coach was the head coach for the Hawks.
I had happened to be like in Hawks Twitter right before it happened, and then it like blew up, and I was like, "Oh God,
it's happening! It's happening!
Things are kicking off. I don't know what's going on. I need to leave." But they've been calling for his firing all season. Basically, doesn't know how to coach the team. They started out okay, and it's gotten worse from there. So something needed to be changed.
It's been a disappointing season for franchise that made a fair amount of moves. I mean,
I thought they were going to be close to the top. I didn't think they're going to be like top 4 teams in the East, but I thought they were going to be solid.
Yeah, definitely make the
Trae
playoffs.
Young, I thought he was going to be an MVP candidate, but not with a record like that.
Yeah, and I don't know if he was going to be MVP candidate. You saw some. He's still. I mean, these kids go in the NBA so young, and that might be part of my dislike of the NBA. Like, they're just not good at basketball. Like, they used to have 2 to 3 years of coaching at least when they went to college, and they came out polished. Now it's like they're just very rare, like not rare, raw, very raw.
And there's like
take 3 to 4 years to develop in the NBA. I feel like
when there will be like one kid per class that's NBA ready, like as a freshman in college, the rest aren't.
Right. Well, and that's the funny thing is like that was the reason they did the whole thing, and like those guys can come out. LeBron came out, Kobe came out. Like it just, yeah. The people that could be ready as freshmen are already ready as high school seniors. Like honestly,
right.
Like you're talking 6 months removed from high school senior in most of those cases anyway. Like it doesn't make sense. So yeah, it
really grinds your gears.
Yeah, it's often hard to watch that sport. Hopefully the playoff. Usually I start watching basketball more in the playoffs because I've been betting on. I've kind of stayed away from basketball, but like I've put a couple bets on basketball.
This season has just been bizarre too.
Yeah, my buddy said the bubble was a lot better than this season has been. So.
The bubble was phenomenal. Every game was like super intense, basically. Down to the wire. Yeah, the bubble was great. But Zion got his first signature shoe. Nothing really big there except getting a signature shoe. Gonna add to the list of everyone fucking else that has one.
I was gonna say that everyone has and no one cares about.
Yeah, exactly. All-Star draft between LeBron and Durant on Thursday night. I think it's a little dumb Durant's not playing, but still gets to pick the team.
I don't care. It's All-Star.
I don't care that much either, but isn't it a little dumb?
It's a little dumb.
I don't care.
All right. Do you care about Lonzo Ball?
No.
All right, we'll move on.
As does no one else, by the way.
Okay. You want to talk about some hockey? No?
Ask Beach.
Oh, Beach can come to hockey.
I mean, I've been watching a fucking ton of hockey.
Well, I have a question I want to ask Dubs.
What up?
So the Bruins have slipped a little bit in the standings from 1 to 4, which is really, I mean, if I was you, I wouldn't be too worried about it because the top 4 keep moving around so much in our division, as we expected, because they're so competitive. But why do you think that's happened?
Why do we think we've slipped?
Yeah, because you did kind of go on a bit of a losing streak. I'm not necessarily a streak, but you've lost quite a few.
Well, for one, we talked about it last episode. Yeah. We don't have scoring off of after our first line.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of forward depth.
We brought in.
They got the 1 goal tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We brought in Nick Ritchie last year, and I forget the other one's fucking name, Kasha, and they were supposed to provide that, depth scoring, and they haven't. And then in free agency, all we picked up was Smith. he is okay, but he's not doing what we need him to.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you can only rely on that top line and,
Tuukka.
McAvoy to create, and Tuukka.
Yeah.
But I meant creating offense.
Right.
But that's just not, you're not going to be able to get it done that way.
No.
And secondly, we have had a couple of injuries on the depth side, and we've been throwing in people that aren't quite ready.
Yeah.
Although Vakanainen has played really well, better than I thought he would.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, part
of it is he's on a line with McAvoy, and he's
for
not
sure.
All his flaws are.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also like good coaching. Like if you pair a player with a player who kind of covers up his weaknesses, then it's just really adding to the strength of that line. It's not really, that's how you really should pair them off. Like if you have an offensive player and then a defensive player, put them together and let them kind of balance each other out.
Right.
I think that's the right way to
balance it out.
I got like something stuck in my nose. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Anyway,
Birdie's got boogers.
Yeah, mad bogies. I guess you heard about the Parise news, which isn't really like huge news.
In 9 seasons. No, it's just basically he's done.
Well, it's pretty fucking funny, like really why it happened. Because the Wild are on an absolute tear, dude.
They're playing great. Mitch, you've been making money off them too, haven't you? Since you bet on them the other night.
No, I don't think so. Not in the Wild.
Maybe you're looking at that game. I don't know.
They're on an absolute tear. My boy Matt Zuccarello had I want to say 8 points in 6 games or something ridiculous like that. Crazy. But yeah, Parise apparently was supposed to come off the ice for a change and decided he didn't want to do that. And then they basically lost the game 30 seconds after he decided not to change. So I feel like what happened there was a disciplinary action.
Oh, that could have been.
Yeah, I feel like the coach was like, nope, you want to pull some dumb shit like that? You don't play.
He's one of those guys, I saw his name, and I was like, I forgot he existed.
Yeah, right.
Really good, but I haven't heard of do anything in a while.
Yeah, and apparently he said it was disappointing, and I don't agree with the decision.
Oh.
If I was the coach, I'd have been like, well, I didn't agree with the decision when you decided to stay the fuck on the ice.
That's probably what he said after he heard that.
Yeah, right.
We called him, and he's like, hey.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, he's got a ridiculous contract. I think he's the reason you can only sign a player for 8 years now.
Didn't they sign him for 11 or something?
I think it was 14, dude.
I remember that.
Yeah, or it might even be more than that. It could be 17. It whatever it was fucking insane. And can we
13 year.
Yeah, 13. There you go. Okay.
98 mil.
Yeah. And also another thing I want to talk about that I should have brought up before we really went on this whole thing. Can we talk about how actually overrated Carey Price is?
He's not good.
He's so fucking overrated,
the goaltender
dude.
coach.
Julian got fired, and then 2 days later, they just fired their goaltending coach.
Yeah, he's I don't get it. Canadians fans will defend him to the death. And maybe it's mental gymnastics because they dump so much money into him that you kind of are stuck with him. So you got to figure out a way to be okay with it as a fan. But that dude is not good, man.
And then they'll look at Tuukka and be like, why do you sign him for that? Why do you keep him around? You're like, dude, what? Look at your trash can in net.
Yeah. He's so okay. When he's on, he is pretty damn good. But even still, their goalie's better than him.
When is he healthy?
Yeah.
When is he even on the ice?
Yeah, as of recent, that's for sure. That is for sure. At the start of his career, though, he was pretty solid. But he still wasn't the best goalie in the league, even at that time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Carey Price pissed me off. But yeah, they fired their goalie coach, which, again, I don't think is the right move because I don't think it's his fault. I think it's Carey Price. Ever since Chris Kreider ran into him, he just hasn't been the same.
I want to look at how similar Carey Price and Cam Ward's stats are.
Oh, that is interesting.
I bet they're similar.
I bet you they are too, dude. Because they do kind of have a similar trajectory.
Right.
Except Cam Ward won a Stanley Cup, didn't he?
If he did,
Carey Price won an Olympic gold medal, which is why everyone thinks of him so highly.
Yeah. And, dude, that was such an awesome game.
I mean, he was amazing for that game, but like he literally got paid off of that, and then has not really looked great since.
But see, that was back when he was still pretty fucking solid, I think. It was like a few years ago when he really started to fall off. But like I said, even still when he was solid, he wasn't the best goalie in the league. Like, by far. So, I don't know why. I mean, Montreal's kind of famous for making really shitty moves. Like, they traded away PK Subban, dude. I don't, like, why do you... Yeah, like, why do you do that, dude? Like, PK Subban, not the greatest player in the league, but fuck. I mean, he's pretty goddamn solid.
They traded away Galchenyuk around the same time. I was like, oh, they're going to regret that. And that guy's just bounced around the league.
Yeah, and Max Pacioretty, too. They gave him to Vegas. Like, what are you doing, dude? I don't know. Montreal's a shit show. Yeah, they're a shit show. And there are actually a couple teams, we mentioned the Wild on a tear, the Knights on a tear.
Their stats are, I just looked up the Carey Price, Cam Ward thing. They're very, very similar. Carey Price has a better goals against by 0.25, and that's all he's really got. That's like significantly more.
Really? That was such a solid ass call, Dubs. Proud of you, my boy.
Proud of me too.
Yeah, you should be, man. Pat yourself on the back.
That one out of my ass.
Way to go.
Talk about old goalies or like mid 2000s goalies. Let's give our boy Mika Kiprusoff a shout out.
Yeah, the brick wall. I love that guy. He was the best.
Kiprusoff guy.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm a Kiprusoff stan for sure. Like all day, every day.
You're saying the Wild have been hot. The fucking Knights are hot too.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They're staying hot.
Yeah, it's what's really weird, man. Is oh my god, I'm dying. Okay, hurt? I'm all right. I'm okay. I don't know what just happened. My throat locked up. I don't know what that was.
Meech, I'll dig the hole. You buy the flowers.
Deal.
I need the workout.
No, what I was going to say is that it's hard to really call any division. Except
my God. Please stop scoring.
Except I think that you can call it's gonna be the Knights, and I think the Leafs have their division locked up too. But even with the Knights, that's less uncertain than the Leafs because you got Colorado, and I don't know why, because people are constantly trying to talk me out of it. I don't know how you feel about this, Dubs, but I'm in on Colorado, man. Like I think they can do it.
Fucking good. They're just loaded with talent on like every facet. They just need to put it together.
Yeah, I've seen them shit the bed a couple times though, man. Like against the fucking Sharks of all teams. You know what I mean?
The Sharks.
It's fucking
the bed against the Sharks.
Yeah, dude. Like you shit the bed against the San Jose Sharks. Like that's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
I feel like you don't like teams lose, especially this year. I feel.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Rangers lose plenty,
I mean, the Bruins lost to the Rangers, so I mean,
and then
it happens.
Do the next day. The time before that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go down this road with you, so we'll move past it. Ugh,
he spent a lot of time punching up.
They keep scoring.
What?
Jonathan Quick is someone I was about to compare to goddamn Carey Price.
I think that's actually a pretty good comparison too, my dude.
Yeah,
Jonathan Quick was more successful.
I mean, he has 2 Stanley Cups, but
right.
But that's also because he had a better team in front of him than Carey Price ever really did.
The first run, he was like a monster, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ben Bishop also, dude. Ben Bishop is also similar to Carey Price because like he was a monster for a little bit and then just kind of fell off.
There's like a time where I would turn on Sports Center and like every day it was Jonathan Quick. It's like all they talked about for hockey was Jonathan Quick. And Crosby, of course.
Badass.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that run, like 4 years, like a window of like 4 years, it was great. And then, I mean, even like
that first
literally they won 4 games, like 2 games ago, right? They were on a 4-game win streak. He had 2 shutouts.
Yeah.
You're just like, what?
Do that more.
Yeah.
Hey,
please.
you.
Yeah, but
I just started to bet on them. They've now fucked me twice. This is why they're not my team. They fucked me twice betting. Oilers never did that.
Well, you're lucky you didn't bet on them fucking, was it yesterday or today? It was yesterday, wasn't it?
They lost.
Well, see, I would have bet on the Maple Leafs today, and so yesterday. The Oilers still wouldn't have fucked me.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, they lost to the Leafs 6-1.
They're on the right side of history more often than not. I think I bet against them a couple times, but but I win my bet every time. So
yeah, but that Leafs game is exactly kind of like what I've been saying worries me about the Oilers. Is like they give up all those goals and they go up against a really good team. Like you're not going to get those goals back. So I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, I actually want the Oilers to do well because Connor McDavid is the best player in the league. And it would only be better for the league from like a publicity standpoint if that team does really well, So I want them to do well. I don't think they have everything they need yet. What they need is a dope goalie. If they can get a fucking good goalie, they're on their way. Well, let's do some football.
Kick it to some football. We'll start off with Kellen Winslow, former tight end, current psychopath, was sentenced to 14 years in prison for rape and sexual assault of 5 different women.
Ugh,
so,
yeah.
Fuck that guy. Enjoy your time in prison, you piece of shit.
I hope you don't enjoy it. I hope it's fucking miserable.
I think he was being sarcastic.
I was.
No, I know he was. I just want that to be clear.
I just was making
Bernie's
sure
like, no sarcasm here. Fuck that
guy. I confused you earlier with that.
Yeah, no, you did that time. I got you. But I picked up the sarcasm this time. I'm on the game now. I just, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So the Arizona Cardinals are where careers go to die, typically. It's also where Texans go to stay alive.
That's factual.
DeAndre Hopkins there. J.J. Watt now there. Signs 2-year deal. $23 million guaranteed. Chandler Jones was never a Texan.
Was he not?
He's a Patriot.
I thought he was a Texan.
He's a goddamn patriot.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The way they were all phrasing.
Drafted him in 2011.
First of all, with the tone. The tone,
6 years with us, and then he went to Arizona. I'm a big Chandler Jones guy.
Did you know his brother was John Bones?
Did you know their other brother's Arthur?
I don't know who Arthur is.
Did you know their mom was a track star?
No.
Yeah. Family athletes.
Like a DJ?
Family of athletes. Anyway.
23 mil though for JJ Watt, more than I thought he was going to get.
Massive
also,
contract.
You know what that means? Diana Rossini's word is law. Because she called that shit out like 2 days before he signed.
Oh,
Diana Rossini also said today that she talked to a bunch of different GMs or coaches, and the cap casualties are going to be a whole new level this year.
I mean,
we already saw a few of them. Yeah. Kyle Van Noy got released after 1 season with the Dolphins.
They signed a 4-year, $50 million deal last season and is cut this season. Luckily for him, he made sure $30 million of that was guaranteed.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think it's going to be basically the same case for all cap sports because without the fans and that revenue, like that's got to take a big hit on the league. Like,
for sure.
It's not
like, not the NFL.
It sucks, but it's not surprising. Like, I don't think even the NFL is immune to it. They probably don't suffer as much as other sports, but they're not immune to it. Like, it wouldn't make sense if the cap goes down.
Massive TV bill that they're about to sign.
Right.
Yeah. But be on the lookout.
They're adding one game and asking double the price, essentially. You're like, what?
You see Amazon's trying to pick up more games while they're doing that.
Yeah,
no.
Amazon's trying to slide in. We're like, we'll take 3 or 4 instead of 1.
Yeah. Well, ABC just got back in the rotation too, so they're the Super Bowl rotation. So ESPN is going to be a bidder. So it would be interesting to see where the NHL goes, actually, because
I think it's going to go to ESPN.
I think it might go to Fox Sports.
I don't know. Well, you might be right. Like we talked about this before.
More likely than ESPN.
Fox
you might be right, but
lost the premiership to NBC.
True.
And you got to remember,
and they lost
ESPN,
UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, ESPN bought UFC.
So that's what I'm saying. Fox.
True.
Needs to
that's so true. It's just that the NHL has like a previous relationship with ESPN, so that might count for something there.
Like I feel like they've always neglected hockey.
ESPN, no, back in the day, dude, like when we were like little kids, ESPN was like the place to watch hockey. Nobody's neglected it as bad as NBC fucking has, dude. Like NBC's hockey coverage it's pretty fucking bad, dude. Like it's real bad. Doc is the only good part of it. Like it's really like that's
the only good part of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I like their studio show. I like Sharp. I like Anson Carter.
I like all of those guys too, but that's not really
Sharp
the issue.
Is great.
Yeah,
he's
gonna be really good.
And fuck him, by the way. That man is great looking.
Yeah, he's so good. He's a stud, dude.
And is good at his job. Like, I hate everything about
that fucking dude. Like, he could get it, bro. Like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, that dude could get it. Like, I'm down. Like, let's go. Patrick Sharp, like, slide in my DMs, bro. Like, I'm down.
Anyway.
But that's not the problem with their coverage, dude. The problem with their coverage is like shit. Like I was watching a game a couple weeks ago. I can't remember who it was. And in the intermission, it cuts to them and they're like, wow, so that game was a stinker. And it's like, dude, if you want people to watch your fucking sport, you probably shouldn't start your coverage in the intermission report by saying, hey, turn this game off and watch something else. Like it's shit like that. That's why their coverage is bad. It's really, honestly, it's Liam McHugh. And I like Liam McHugh, but I just feel like he doesn't give a shit about doing hockey. So like, I'm really excited for it to go somewhere else because I think it's going to be way better for the league and the fans and everyone involved. Anyway, off topic again. Let's get back on track.
Joe Douglas open to a Sam Darnold trade. Do you guys think the offers are going to start coming in on that? And I have a question to build off of that for you, Meech, and I guess Birdie too.
I'll let Meech go first.
I got 7 QBs. I'm going to run through real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to tell me where you think they'll be.
Oh, if it's this kind of thing, we can just do it simultaneously. Okay.
Watson.
New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I really thought you were going to say Houston.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like he actually doesn't want to leave.
Watson?
Yeah. Because like you said, dude, if he did, why sign the extension? If he did, why sign the extension? There are plenty of places who will take him. He is a great player. Like it's not like nobody's gonna be like, no, we don't want you. So if he didn't want to leave, I mean, if he wanted to leave, why sign the extension? Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Puzzling about it, it's such the reversal, but he very much does not want to be there anymore.
I know he doesn't want to be there. I thought you were going to say Houston on the grounds that they just wouldn't move him because we were talking about them.
Right.
I mean, I don't think they'll try to, but they're going to.
If they do,
because no one wants to have him sitting out.
Fair enough.
How bad of a look is it going to be when
that's true.
Your star QB is sitting out? It won't happen. That's why I like the Jets. You're getting back Sam Darnold, a decent quarterback who could be something if you build a line around him, and they have the most draft capital, which Texans desperately need. So it just makes the most sense. They can put together the best package to get him. If any team's going to get him, I think it's going to be them.
That's fair.
Also, look at their draft picks because, like the Bears, their draft picks are nowhere near what the Jets would.
What the Jets have,
they're going to be offering mid-rounders. The Jets have early first-rounders.
Yeah,
would not be great for me. Russell Wilson, number 2.
Seattle.
You think he's going to stay in Seattle?
I think absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's the most likely scenario. But if you have to pick another team,
you don't have to.
Okay, then we're going to stay with Seattle because I don't think he's going to move either.
Yeah, you could. I mean, to stay put.
He is older and only has 1 year left on his contract. Right. Deshaun Watson is 25 and has 6 years left because he just signed that fucking extension.
I mean, it's just it's one of those things where it wouldn't make sense for Seattle if he left. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I was
that's a bad move.
I was shocked they were taking offers.
Yeah,
well, their GM's just not stupid.
Yeah, you gotta pick up the phone.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
Nick
true.
Caserio isn't listening to offers for Deshaun Watson, and that's stupid.
It is. I agree.
Number 3, Drew Lock.
I don't even fucking know.
I think he stays with the Broncos just because I don't think anyone's trading with the Broncos.
Yeah,
So,
I can't even.
By
call
process
that.
of elimination, I think he's going to be there still.
That's fair. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think he's going to the Patriots. I think he's going to the Patriots, dude.
I would 100% take Jimmy Garoppolo back. And I know Bill would, but I don't know what it would cost.
What if Russ went to the Pats? How would you feel about that?
I'd be totally fine with it, but there's no chance that happens.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm just, it's a fun hypothetical.
Yeah, really. Like, we're not gonna. And he's
other than maybe Van Noy. Like, I could see Van Noy going back. When he got released, I was like, oh, he's going back to be a Patriot.
Wilson and Sierra are like a super couple. They're not gonna want to hang out in Foxborough. Not much to do.
Well, and he already released his list, and they weren't on there. I mean, the list of the Raiders,
Cowboys,
I think Miami.
It was big market fucking places.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we're not a big market, but where it's a little different than Miami, New York.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not a big town, but it's definitely a big market team, I would say.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're not.
Yeah.
Number 5, Sam Darnold.
I think he's going to go to the Texans in that trade. I think that's legitimately going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if I think that Meech is right about that. I think if the trade's going to happen, that's going to be the trade.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. 6, Mitch Trubisky.
I think he's going to be on the Bears just because I don't think that they're going to trade.
Yeah.
The only other place I could see him going is like if
how much money they've allocated to quarterbacks on that roster.
I could see him going to like the Saints if they strike out on everyone.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. But again, like you said, they'd have to strike out.
Right. And last but not least, the sad boy himself, Daniel Jones. I think he stays in New York.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
I mean, I think he stays in New York because I don't think anyone else wants him.
Exactly.
He's tied to that GM. So when that GM gets fired this year,
so next year we'll talk about.
Oh man, let me. You just reminded me of something. So the other day I stopped by my parents' house to say what up to my pops, and I'm talking to him, and he says that he thinks Daniel Jones is a great quarterback. And I was just kind of like,
he's just flat wrong. And I'm sorry. Your
dad
seems like a sensible man.
Like, what kind of, like, I know they're giving you morphine, but like, what else are they giving you, bro? Because like, that's some nutty shit that just came out of your mouth.
Papa Macklin, you're wrong, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he's 100% wrong.
Yeah, Colt McCoy
wouldn't be the first time.
Better.
Literally.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
And you can do the pew pew.
Yeah, every time you say it, you got to throw out the pew pew.
Ladies and gentlemen, starting at quarterback. Pew pew. Colt McCoy.
Pew 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 pew. I think you got to play the good, the bad, and the ugly every time it comes out.
Daniel Jones, you just play like a sad trombone.
It's not even that, dude. It's that sad Snoopy music they play in Arrested Development all the time.
I love that music. That's so good. Everyone's just like walking. It's like, they're all just like walking away.
What? Oh, dude, I gotta put you onto this. All right, so I was rewatching it a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago or something, and I noticed something I never noticed before. The first time that Michael Cera does the sad Snoopy walk, if you look in the background, there's a red dog house with a dog on top of it, like Snoopy. And I was like, what the fuck? That's amazing. I love that show, man. Can we talk about how that's like one of the best shows ever made?
It's so fucking
The first 4
good.
seasons are the best shows.
Yes, exactly.
After that, they definitely did.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like those first 4 seasons are like brilliant because, like I said, this is probably the 7th or 8th time I've watched it, and I just noticed that for the first time. Like you can keep noticing shit.
The Office and Parks and Rec are the same way. You notice like little things where you're like, holy shit, that's genius. Like,
yeah. Well, the thing about The Office is like there are little lines that you never notice how funny they actually are until like you watch it like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, yeah. Like I said to you the other night, that one where Jim pretends to turn into a vampire. And he's looking at him out the window and he says, he's on a journey now. Like it's so fucking funny, man. I love Dwight. I wish he was like my brother or like an uncle or something. I feel like he'd be so fucking chill. All right, anything else you want to talk about?
Unlimited beats.
Fuck yeah. Which is funny because I hate beets. Disgusting food.
Yeah, just a few more tight end or cap casualties. Like you said, it's going to be.
Is one a tight end?
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph, who I've also heard is going to New England, and that would be an interesting
I heard Van Noy
case.
might come back too.
Well, and Van Noy makes sense there because he was like there, but you knew he wasn't getting paid. Well, he already got paid, so now he can, Bill can actually pay him a decent amount, and he'll be fine. But yeah, Kyle Rudolph got released by the Vikings. He's been there for 10 years, and at the start of his career, he was really more of the typical receiving tight end. He was putting up decent numbers every year. Then they kind of changed his role once they got Dalvin Cook. They started, running the ball a little bit more and basically turned him into a blocker. He would be an interesting case because the tight end market isn't very deep, and he's so versatile. He can be a receiver, but he's also very good at blocking. And when you find tight ends like that, they're pretty valuable, I feel like.
Another reason I think he could come into the Pats is we just drafted 2 tight ends last year. Rudolph's been around. Like you said, he was a good blocker. He's a good receiver. If nothing else, we could bring him in and hopefully have him teach them a couple things.
Yeah.
But I think he's still got stuff left in the tank. He hasn't been utilized properly the last few years, like you said. So
yeah, I mean, they've used him as literally a blocker. And I think even the last few games, they started passing to him a little bit more. And you could see it was still there. Like he doesn't look like he's done. And so he's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Also, Saints released both of their tight ends, Jared Cook and Josh Hill. Jared Cook will be interesting. Josh Hill, not so much.
Jared Cook's the guy that's been connected to the Pats before, too.
Yeah, and he's not as versatile. I don't feel like he does not block. He's very much a receiving tight end and gets called for holding all the time. I feel
he's a vertical threat tight end too, not even a receiving tight end.
Yeah, for sure. And then the only other thing I saw, and I'm also happy about Hill being off the team. This is bad, and I'm mean, but him. Well, now that Breeze isn't going to be there, but him, Breeze, and Hill all confused me all the time. They all have like right around the same number, I feel like, and they're short white dudes. Like every time one of them was in, I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Fair enough,
but that could just be me. I don't know.
Could just be you. I mean, yeah, I didn't have that issue.
You didn't get confused when not Hill, but the other guy was in the game for Breeze.
I don't know what other guy you're talking about.
Taysom Hill.
You just said Hill. You said not Hill.
No, Josh Hill is different than Taysom Hill.
I thought we were talking about Taysom Hill the whole time.
Oh, so you didn't get them mixed up when they came in? It's the 7 and a 9. They're both white dudes.
7 and 9 are different numbers.
Okay, you're the worst. I know my other buddy would get pissed off playing fantasy watching that team for the same reason. So you're just wrong. The only other of course. Why wouldn't you? The Lions signed Tyrell Williams, who went from the Chargers to the Raiders last year, got injured in right before the season, actually, I believe, and never really did anything with the Raiders because he was injured. He will go. He got cut recently by the Raiders. He will go to the Lions, which is significant because he's a good wide receiver. I think he'll be good there. But the Lions are also losing Kenny Galloway and Marvin Jones.
Galladay.
Why did I write Galloway? That's
Joey Galloway. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Good old Joey Galloway. That's why.
Other Lions news: Dan Campbell, new coach, says he wants to groom Deuce Staley, who he hired as an assistant, to be primed and ready for a head coaching job. So we could see your boy Deuce taking the reins in a couple years somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, everything that every player that's been with the Eagles has said about him is good. I was actually kind of hoping he got it. I remember a couple episodes when I said, like, if we have to get rid of someone, I want Deuce to be it. But yeah, no, hopefully
Dan Campbell scooped his ass up.
Yeah, well, that and they got one of our other coaches too that I cannot think of his name right now. But I was like, oh shit, maybe Jason Avant, wide receiver coach, if that's right. I don't know. I read so many things and I'm just like, okay. But I think maybe Jason Avant, wide receiver coach for the Lions too. And so he got scooped off the Eagles coaching staff as well. So
Golden Tate got cut too. Did you see that before the show?
Yeah, Golden Tate got cut. He's bounced around though. Hasn't been very effective.
He hasn't been the same.
Yeah. Other than that, I didn't have any other signings. But like you said, I'm expecting a ton of cap casualties this year.
Yeah, next week is gonna be. It's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of shit going on in the NFL next week.
All right, well, we'll definitely make sure to cover it all next week, and I think that's gonna do it for us, boys. So thanks for.
I got one more thing.
Sure.
Little UFC tidbit here.
Mm-hmm.
2 legends of the game released by the UFC tonight, right before we started recording. Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem, both done in the UFC.
Why were they released? Did they give any reason?
They're both aging fighters.
They are both aging.
Yeah.
Alistair Overeem was informed he was being let go.
Yeah, his contract wasn't being renewed.
Dos Santos announced his release, like they got rid of him.
Dude, I feel like they always used Alistair Overeem to fill in fights.
I feel like they would throw Overeem at whoever was going to fight for the title next. They're like, all right, if you beat Overeem, you get a title shot.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was nasty for a while. And Overeem, when he was on the steroids and like K1 kickboxing, that was a different animal. That man was fucking horrifying.
Yeah. All right. Well, follow us on all social media. It's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It's all Stone Sports Podcast. Say goodbye, boys.
Peace.
Lighters.